Today is November 14th, 2018, 569 days, wanted to say 69 days, which is 1 year, 6 months, and 21 days since Morgan has passed. The past few days have been super busy with work, so it's been long days, so I haven't been able to really get a posting done. But today is a really significant day in general, because last night I was being treated for myofascial release, and excuse me, and the what surfaced was quite interesting, something I haven't thought about in forever. But when I was waiting to give birth, my plug didn't break, and so I wasn't dilating past a certain centimeter. The hospital staff was giving me IV drugs. And at one point during the process, the IV drugs were so strong that I could see movement with my hand in slow-mo, and then also it trailing behind itself as it's moving. And I started to feel like I couldn't breathe and I couldn't swallow, and all these issues from them giving me too much. And so I was re-experiencing that while I was in the myofascial release session last night. And I went through everything, every feeling, every thought again, every positional movement I was in, just everything. And after I went through the whole thing and re-experienced it all, it made me think, was that Morgan's first high? Because if I was high, which I forgot I ever was high, because again, who remembers that and who thinks of that? The one and only time I ever got high. But if that's the process and they feed off of what we're giving them, then was he high at that point too? And was that his first high? And then immediately I felt like guilty because it was my fault, that happened, because I chose to let them give me IV drugs for the pain. Now, granted, they should know what they're doing and not give me too much, but apparently they did. But whatever the case is, but it's funny, the feelings that surface and then make you think about that. So, yeah, very interesting for that to resurface. And again, just another layer of processing Morgan's death. Tonight, I'm actually going to attend a group grief session for the first time. I'm curious to see if it will help me in any way. I'm not sure how much, especially since I can see their loved ones and their deceased family. So I'm not sure how beneficial it actually will be, but I'm willing to give it a try. And as a friend had said, this session might be more for me to help others, which makes sense too. And this specific grief counseling group is specifically for parents who have lost their child to heroin or fentanyl, one and the same. But it's not one and the same, but you know what I mean. Anyway, so hopefully I'll get on tomorrow. As of right now, I have time, so that will happen. Everybody stay safe.